When personal conflicts
You're assaulting me. This is assault.
You're not investigating shit. You're standing out here doing nothing.
I'm one narcissist, baby. I can't, bro.
Okay, this is me talking to you. Why the fuck are you here?
No, I was just like always. My mom always told me.
All right, stop. Enough.
And I still love him. I can't just unlove someone. And I've left.
erupt into criminal acts.
You should explain it to me before you put handcuffs on me, shouldn't you?
I'm the one who paid for the stuff, ma'am.
Aaliyah,
These gripping stories reveal how everyday life can spiral into police intervention and inescapable legal consequences. On April 23, 2025 in Ohio, police responded to a distressing call from a 15-year-old girl who reported that her father was being attacked by his wife. The incident unfolded in a household marked by tension, fueled by personal and professional frustrations.
We got back from the store, dude, and just out of nowhere, she snatched the headphones out of my ears when I was sitting there, and I was like, whoa. I was like, I didn't buy that shit for you to come in here and start acting like this to me. And then she snapped again and started doing all this shit and just going off. And then I came in here.
The father recounted the events to the responding officers. Earlier that day, his wife, stressed from news that her job would be terminated at the end of the month, had been drinking, which was unusual for her. The couple had returned from the store when an argument erupted. Out of nowhere, she snatched the headphones from his ears while he was sitting, prompting a heated exchange. He expressed his frustration, saying he hadn't bought the items for her to act this way. The situation escalated as she continued to lash out verbally, eventually involving the man's daughter in the dispute. The daughter, just back from a game, was questioned aggressively by the wife about her feelings toward her father, which the daughter rebuffed before stepping outside to avoid the conflict.
Okay. How long have you guys been married?
I think it's like 8 years now. And I knew her a little bit before that, so we've been like trying to work through shit multiple times, dude. But
She hit you with a closed fist, slapping?
I mean, I don't even know. It wasn't like.
The situation took a physical turn when the wife, in front of the daughter, ripped the father's shirt and caused his Mountain Dew to spill everywhere. The father noted that once his wife realized the police were being called, she went outside to talk on the phone. The daughter, shaken, explained to the officers that she had used her father's phone to call 911 after witnessing the altercation. She emphasized that this wasn't the first time such an incident had occurred, describing a pattern of aggressive behavior from her stepmother, including a previous instance where the stepmother had pulled her hair and grabbed her arms, leading to the daughter temporarily leaving home.
When he and I got together, okay, like I left my whole life, my own son. We went through all this stuff. We were on drugs. We were homeless. We got sober. We finally got a place. He got custody. I've been here through it all. Okay, I've been here and I've supported him through it all.
The father shared that he and his wife had been married for about 8 years, having known each other slightly longer. Their relationship had been tumultuous, marked by multiple attempts to work through issues, including past struggles with drug addiction and homelessness. He described the physical altercation, mentioning that his wife had slapped him with a closed fist, causing his Mountain Dew to spill as he tried to shield himself. He expressed a desire to avoid further conflict, stating he didn't want her in his life anymore, but felt stuck due to their marriage.
I just want my husband to be my husband. I want him to not have his kids involved in our marriage. That's not too much to ask for. We were together for 4 years before he got custody, homeless and on drugs, okay? He did not have his shit together then. Okay, he got custody of his kids and got a place and instantly just flicked me to the side.
When officers spoke with the wife, she was visibly upset and apologetic, acknowledging her actions while attributing them to overwhelming stress. She explained that her job was being contracted out, and the past 3 weeks had been particularly rough. She felt unsupported by her husband, who she claimed was never there for her emotionally. She described their 9-year marriage as a roller coaster, with periods of separation and reconciliation. She had left her own son and life behind to help raise her husband's children, but felt unappreciated and disrespected, particularly by his daughter, who she claimed had insulted her repeatedly. The wife admitted to drinking to cope and losing control during the argument, expressing regret for involving the children and for the physical altercation.
I don't like when you want me to help you with your daughter, but you don't want to help me go get my son. I've sacrificed everything for his kids, and he has sacrificed nothing for my kid. Like, I know I'm an idiot. I know I am so stupid.
She shared her frustration, noting that her husband's lack of support and perceived narcissism had driven a wedge between them. She recounted past separations, including a 2-month period in Newark, during which her husband had begged her to return, only to revert to dismissive behavior. She insisted that she still loved him, but felt isolated, with no one to turn to except her son, who lived in the same state. She pleaded for counseling, believing that with professional help and boundaries to keep the children out of their marital issues, they could salvage their relationship. She also mentioned her efforts to improve her life, including involvement in church, Bible study, and plans for mission trips, which she felt her husband did not support.
What was even going on, because I've been out there for like an hour and I just came inside and I was so confused. I was like, what are you even talking about? And she was like talking about how she was gonna help get us taken away from my dad and stuff like that, like just
help Tina, which is their mom, right outside.
The daughter provided further context, describing her stepmother's aggressive behavior as a recurring issue. She recounted how her stepmother had brought her and her mother into arguments, making baseless accusations and threatening to have the children taken away from their father. The daughter was adamant that she and her siblings were unwillingly dragged into the couple's disputes, and she expressed concern for her father's well-being.
I'm so hurt and I'm so broken and I'm just so angry. And I know I shouldn't have done that, and I know that. But I'm so frustrated, I'm so alone, and he is such a narcissist, and it's like, I feel like I'm all by myself, and I have no one who I can be arrested.
The officers explained to the wife that, under Ohio law, domestic violence incidents required action regardless of whether the victim pressed charges. Despite the father's reluctance to pursue charges, stating he simply wanted his wife out of his life, the physical evidence of the altercation left the police with no choice. The wife, who had never been arrested before, was informed she would likely see a judge the following morning, and, given her lack of criminal history, might be released soon after. She was visibly embarrassed and apologetic, worried about her immediate future, including her job and living situation. The father indicated he planned to leave the house with his children, allowing her to stay.
All right, go ahead and step out here. Just hold your hands out in front of you just like this. Okay. We'll cuff you in front. You're, compliant. Or no, there's no issues. No reason to stuff you behind your back. He's been advised that he'll need to appear in court and testify on his behalf for the charge.
The woman was arrested and charged with domestic violence, reflecting the legal consequences of the physical altercation, as Ohio law mandates action in such cases. On November 23, 2022, police responded to a call at a Walmart where a woman had not paid for an item at the self-checkout. She became visibly emotional, asserting that the oversight was accidental and that she had the funds to pay for the item, hoping to avoid arrest.
What's your last name?
some of them are not even paying attention.
I'm turning mine off.
I can pay for it. It's just water.
Can you spell your last name?
The woman identified herself as Aaliyah, spelling her first name as Aliya. When asked for her last name, she appeared distracted and expressed frustration that others were not listening to her explanation. She maintained that she had paid for most of her items and had not intended to steal anything, specifically mentioning a bottle of water. She claimed she was unaware that the water and some food items under her bag had not been scanned. She repeatedly emphasized that she had money and was not a thief, stating she had never stolen in her life.
What's the
I
value?
don't steal. They don't even care. I don't steal at all. I've never stolen in my life. I've never stolen before. Ever in my life. I've never stolen. Like over the sugar stick. Over water.
Aaliyah explained that she was scanning her items and did not notice the unscanned water or food. She expressed distress, citing her anxiety and insisting she was not a criminal. She revealed she was 22 years old and born in Ohio, requesting to contact her mother or sister, but the officers informed her she was an adult and would need to handle the situation herself.
Baby, I didn't know. I just lost the whole cart, ma'am. Please. Can you call her? Hurry up. I need body out. I didn't know it was a scam, ma'am. I did not know. I'm so sorry. He said if you say anything. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, just stop.
It's just better you just be quiet.
I just never been through this before. I've never been arrested or nothing. I don't steal.
As the situation unfolded, Aaliyah's emotions intensified. She apologized repeatedly, stating she was unaware of the scanning issue. The officers, frustrated by her outbursts, instructed her to stop talking and informed her that the matter was concluded. Aaliyah expressed that she had never experienced anything like this and had never been arrested. She inquired if the water was the only issue, reiterating her lack of intent to steal. The officers clarified that it was a matter of Walmart's policy, not a personal issue, but Aaliyah struggled to remain calm due to her anxiety.
Some of the stuff's not mine in the car. I'm just helping her. No, I know.
I wasn't here.
I know.
I wasn't
know.
here.
I'm sorry for my
nothing.
I know he said
It doesn't.
It's a Walmart thing.
That's correct. It's nothing.
The officers directed Aaliyah to stand and place her hands behind her back. She complied but voiced her embarrassment and disbelief, describing the situation as being over nothing. She noted that some items in the cart belonged to someone else, as she was assisting with their shopping. While being escorted out, she requested an adjustment to her handcuffs, feeling they were too tight. The officers assured her they would address her needs once outside, but Aaliyah continued to express her shock, emphasizing that the unscanned item was only worth $2.
Wait for these people to come out here. Unzip it, they're gonna take it off of you.
I have two sweatshirts on.
Yeah. Don't you have a coat?
At home.
Of course.
While waiting for further processing, Aaliyah mentioned her familiarity with shows like 60 Days In and Cops. She recounted recognizing her uncle on a court TV program where he had hidden something in his hat during a court appearance. The officers engaged briefly, advising her to avoid ending up on such shows herself. Aaliyah responded with nervous laughter, explaining she was simply watching TV and eating when she saw her uncle on screen.
I watched that. I watched what's the other one that
Cops.
that I used to watch.
Did you ever see Marty on Cops? You should watch it. Look for him.
You were on there.
Yeah. You just gotta look for him.
What's the other one? I watched all the episodes though.
The officers continued casual conversation while awaiting others, commenting on Aaliyah's clothing, noting she wore 2 sweatshirts and sweatpants, and discussing her shoes to ease the tension. Aaliyah requested to unzip her jacket, still visibly uncomfortable. The officers reassured her that someone would attend to her soon, maintaining a professional demeanor.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of like kick to the side so you can go back to it later. Yeah, that's mine. I was watching it and I'm like, what?
Aaliyah was charged with retail theft for not paying for the water and food items at the self-checkout. Given the low value of the items, it was suggested she might receive a minor penalty, such as a fine or warning, though the final outcome would be determined by the court. On March 17, 2024, police responded to a disturbance call at a Waffle House where a reported altercation involving multiple individuals had escalated, with potential weapons involved. Upon arrival, officers encountered a chaotic scene outside the restaurant with approximately 20 people engaged in a brawl, reportedly sparked by drunken arguments. Initial reports suggested that a woman with long, dark hair had brandished a firearm, escalating tensions further.
Everybody just like... All right, stand by. All right. Any of you guys see what happened? I didn't see what happened.
Officers immediately began questioning witnesses and participants to piece together the events. One individual, a woman who later became the primary suspect, was visibly agitated, barefoot, and complaining about her missing white sparkly shoes. She explained that she had been inside eating with her family, her mother, her mother's boyfriend, her cousin, and her brother when the conflict erupted. According to her, the trouble began when another group started running their mouth at her table. She admitted to engaging verbally, giving her opinion, but insisted no physical violence occurred, no one was hit, and there was no assault or domestic violence.
You just need
my shoe. I had shoes on. I'm not ratchet. I'm not white trash.
Okay.
I'm not that person.
That's okay. I understand.
I'm in nursing school. Like this.
Sure.
This is not my picture.
All right. So what happened?
My family. My trash white family. That's what happened.
Well, what occurred?
The woman recounted that the argument started after she returned from the bathroom and overheard provocative comments from the other group. By the time she reached her table, the situation had escalated into a heated confrontation. She claimed the opposing group challenged her party to step outside, but she denied any physical altercation took place. She also mentioned chasing after a red car, presumably belonging to the other group, but denied any physical contact or harm. When asked about her missing shoes, she suggested they were lost in the chaos, emphasizing that she was not ratchet and was a nursing school student, distancing herself from the disorderly behavior.
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't. But you run the cameras back because at the end of the day, they're in there running. They're asking us to come outside.
So what's your question right now, though?
What do you think?
So where we're at is the police got called, an investigation is
Because I asked them to call
and
police.
an investigation gets conducted. It's not
Okay.
police call or get called and then you go, oh, you know what? We're leaving.
Police pressed for details about the reported firearm. Witnesses, including Waffle House staff, claimed someone had been waving a gun and banging on the restaurant's windows. The woman initially denied seeing a weapon, stating she was unaware of who might have had one. She described the opposing group as little people who were arguing with her party, claiming they had initiated the conflict by taunting her group and challenging them to go outside. When asked if she had seen the gun, she described it vaguely as girly, possibly silver or pink, but maintained she wasn't certain.
What I seen.
Are you able to write one?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna write what I seen.
Yeah, that's what I want you to do.
This is all. This is nothing but maybe lemonade water.
Do what you want. That's fine. I'm not worried. Not worried about the alcohol right now. I promise you. Okay.
But I can promise you, I'm gonna write exactly what I see. All right.
As the investigation continued, officers spoke with other witnesses, including a sober individual who pointed to the woman with long dark hair as the one who had the firearm in her purse. Confronted with this, the woman admitted to carrying a gun, stating it was legal as she had a concealed carry permit. She clarified that she hadn't waved it around or used it threateningly, and she was unsure if it was still in her purse or if her brother had moved it to their white Tahoe. She explained that the opposing group had been banging on windows and arguing, but she denied escalating the situation herself.
She was out here. By the time I got out here, someone was pushing her to the car. I don't know, but I could tell you I would beat her ass if she was out here.
Because it wasn't just you that was in the
No.
argument, it was you and a group of friends. Are the group of friends still here, or does everyone just kind of take it off?
Whoever is with me is here.
Officers requested to check her purse, where they found a firearm matching the description provided by witnesses, a pink or silver girly gun. Despite her insistence that she hadn't brandished it, the presence of the weapon, combined with her admitted intoxication, raised concerns. She was detained, and her purse was confiscated as evidence. Her family, particularly her mother and brother, grew upset, demanding that the police review the restaurant's cameras to verify her account. They argued that the gun was legally registered in her mother's name and that the other group had provoked the incident.
I'm 21. I live in Northridge. I live close to North. Yes, I carry a firearm. It's not illegal, but it's, you have to have a CCW, but you also don't.
The woman, clearly distressed, handed her phone to her mother, stating she was being detained and might go to jail. Her family continued to protest, urging officers to pull the camera footage and claiming the other group had instigated the conflict. However, the police, relying on witness statements and the physical evidence of the firearm, proceeded with her detention. The situation de-escalated as the officers instructed the remaining family members to leave, warning them against further interference.
Michael, I'm being detained. Yep. I'm being detained. I'm being detained. Love you, bye. Can you give this to my mom?
You don't want to take it?
Can you give it to my mom?
You can take it with you.
You don't want to take it?
The woman was ultimately charged with disorderly conduct, using weapons while intoxicated, and inducing panic based on her possession of the firearm in a volatile situation and her admitted alcohol consumption. On December 6, 2024, police officers were dispatched to a hotel in Elgin following reports that two young children, aged 1 and 3, had been left alone in a room for several hours. The call came after hotel staff heard the children crying and discovered they were unsupervised. An employee checked the room and found the children alone, with one in need of a diaper change, prompting the call to authorities.
My sister just came out and I went to the store.
For 30 minutes?
My sister was here.
Ma'am, I'm telling you, the person who called is someone who works here.
Okay, I understand that. But they have to do the complete investigation. Because then they have to prove that I was involved.
What's your first name?
You need my first and last name?
When officers arrived, they encountered the children's mother, who insisted her sister had been watching the children. She claimed she had only stepped out for 30 to 40 minutes to run an errand. However, the hotel worker reported that no adult had been present for at least 30 minutes before the police were called, and further investigation suggested the children may have been left alone for 2 to 4 hours. The mother denied this, stating her sister had been in the room and that the children were sleeping when she left. She provided her sister's name, but said she didn't have her phone number, as she only communicated via Facebook Messenger using her laptop, not a phone. She also mentioned that her sister frequently visited the hotel room to shower, but didn't have her own key, and the door was left unlocked, which allowed staff to enter.
You don't have a phone? How would anyone contact you?
Well, I just contact, are you saying how do I communicate with my family and everyone?
Yeah, let's say I'm trying to contact you. How would I contact you?
Through Facebook Messenger.
Facebook. And then do you live here at this hotel?
Yeah.
This room? Okay. You're talking to Dalen. We just want to know the timeline of what happened. So what I understood is Dalen went to the gas station. Can you start from there? When Dalen left the gas station, where were you?
I went outside at first, and then I let my sister in. I was up here for a little, and then I left.
The officers pressed for details about the timeline. The mother explained she had been in the room initially, let her sister in, and then left for about 30 to 40 minutes to handle personal business in Elgin, about 15 minutes away. She said she didn't drive but got a ride from someone arranged by her sister, though she was vague about the details, citing privacy. She insisted she had called her partner, Dalen, on her laptop to return to the hotel as soon as she was on her way back. Both she and Dalen, the children's father, arrived at the hotel together and were questioned by the officers.
You left. Was your sister in the room? Okay.
You can see on the cameras. She comes here frequently. She showers here.
Does she have her own room key to the door?
No, she would need mine. She has a key to get in through the doors, but my door is currently off. That's how you guys were able to get in.
You left, and then where'd you go?
I went back down through this way.
The police informed the parents that the children would be taken to a hospital for a medical evaluation due to the reported duration of their unsupervised state, which was deemed unacceptable for children so young. The mother grew upset, questioning whether she could accompany her children to the hospital. The officers explained that the Department of Children and Family Services, DCFS, would be contacted to determine the next steps, and they couldn't guarantee the children would be returned immediately. The mother referenced a prior DCFS case, expressing frustration and fear that her children might be taken away. She argued that the children appeared healthy and that the situation was a misunderstanding, but the officers emphasized their obligation to ensure the children's safety.
How long ago did Dalen leave the hotel?
I'm not sure because I was still here.
Okay, and then you left how long ago, you said?
Well, now it's probably way longer than 30 to 40 minutes, right? Because I've been here about what?
How long were you gone?
25 minutes. I was gone for up to 40 minutes.
When did you meet up with Dalen? Because you guys walked in here together.
I called him as soon as I was on my way back.
I thought neither one of you had a phone.
Did you see me come in with a laptop?
You called him on a laptop?
He has an iPad. Neither one of us don't have a phone.
And where'd you guys meet up at?
Outside.
As the conversation continued, the parents were asked to clarify their communication methods, as neither had a phone. They reiterated that they used a laptop and iPad, communicating via Facebook Messenger. The mother was particularly concerned about how she would receive updates about her children without a phone. The officers assured her that an officer would remain with her to relay information and that cooperation was crucial for a smooth process. However, tensions rose as the parents felt accused and overwhelmed, with the mother repeatedly questioning the fairness of the situation and referencing past experiences with DCFS.
Take my kids. No, don't say shit else. Because this is bullshit.
Go out in the hallway now. Okay, in the hallway.
No, it's okay. I'm going. I'm going. For what?
Put them on your back.
For what? For what? Me?
No, I had my fucking sister.
She wasn't here. The video shows she wasn't.
Okay.
You can't lie with the video.
I don't give.
The officers explained that the hotel's surveillance footage contradicted the mother's claim that her sister was present, showing no adult in the room for an extended period. They stressed that leaving children aged 1 and 3 alone for 3 or more hours was unacceptable under any circumstances and constituted a crime. The parents were informed that they would be taken to the police station for further processing. The mother, visibly distressed, asked if their belongings in the hotel room were secure, and the officers confirmed the room was locked.
So even when we're inside and out, right? I leave for 5 minutes.
You did not. You didn't.
I'm asking, what is the consecutive time that I have to be?
There is no set timeline. It's what's reasonable.
So if I leave for 10 minutes and I go outside, smoke a blunt, and I come back in, that's unacceptable.
It depends on the circumstances. That's not the circumstances we're dealing with right now. The circumstances we're dealing with are that the kids were left alone for 3+ hours. So
And you
that's
guys took my kids, so now how am I, like, this is crazy.
The situation escalated as the parents realized they were facing serious consequences. The mother expressed disbelief, noting she had once considered joining the police academy and felt the system was unfairly targeting them. The officers maintained that their actions were driven by a duty to protect the children, not personal judgment, and that DCFS would make the final determination about the children's custody.
I'm saying that the DCFS want to see if my kids are
They
okay.
can't
They
see if
can
we
come.
don't have pictures. They're not going to come here. They're going to go to the hospital.
Okay, then they can see them at the hospital, but no, they can't take photos. They're not taking photos of my children, no.
No, I'm talking about the conditions of your apartment.
You cannot take pictures of, my apartment.
You don't want me to?
No, I mean, it's, for the most part, it's not that bad, but.
It documents the conditions at the time that we were.
The investigation revealed that the children had been left unattended since around 1:30 p.m., which the officers deemed a significant risk to their safety. To document the conditions, they requested permission to photograph the hotel room, but the mother refused, concerned about privacy. Ultimately, both parents were taken to the police station to be booked and processed.
So you guys witnessed my door lock, right? And you have it on camera, like, that my kid's stuff is safe?
Yeah, I mean, it's locked in there.
Of course, but you guys were already in the room, so I just want to make sure that no one else can get in and take any of my children's or my...
Both individuals were charged with 2 counts of child endangerment, one for each child, based on the evidence that they had left the 1- and 3-year-old children unsupervised in the hotel room for an extended period. At approximately 2:40 a.m. on May 3, 2025, a 911 call reported a heated altercation between a man and a woman in a public parking lot near a place called Styx. The caller described a chaotic scene involving a group of about 10 people with 2 individuals, a black male and a white female, at the center of the conflict. The situation unfolded as follows, based on the 911 call, witness accounts, and police interactions at the scene.
See any weapons? Okay.
The 911 caller reported that the primary dispute involved a man and a woman fighting near a black car by a streetlight close to the building. The man was described as wearing a black shirt, while the woman had her hair in a bun, wore a black dress, and was barefoot. The caller noted no visible weapons and no apparent injuries requiring an ambulance, though the 2 were yelling and physically engaging, with the woman reportedly hitting the man. A group of onlookers was present, but only the 2 were actively involved in the conflict. The caller urged police to hurry, emphasizing the escalating nature of the situation.
Just yelling and hitting each other. Okay. The male, what color shirt is he wearing? 2 seconds. He's wearing a black shirt. The woman's got her hair up. She's in a black dress.
Officers arrived to find the scene still tense. The man, visibly frustrated, explained he was trying to leave, but the woman, whom he identified as his partner and the mother of his child, kept pursuing him. He claimed she was drunk and pregnant, which infuriated him, as he was concerned for her safety and their unborn child. He insisted he did not hit her, only pushing her away to de-escalate, and was focused on getting her home safely. He described their relationship as strained, noting they lived together and had been together for nearly a year. His primary concern was her behavior, drinking while pregnant and acting erratically in public.
Okay. Did you guys see anything that happened? Okay.
He did not hit her. Hell no. He did not hit her.
Okay, what's going on?
He was trying to leave for the last 20 minutes.
What's going on?
This man was trying to leave,
and
she kept chasing him down, trying to fight him.
Okay.
I'm sorry. And she would not leave.
The woman, identified as Cassie, was emotional and distressed, alternating between anger and despair. She accused the man of pushing her by the shoulders and neck, trying to force her into her car, and claimed he had a history of abusive behavior, including beating her in front of her children. She admitted to pushing him back in retaliation, but denied any further physical aggression on her part. Cassie revealed she was 2 months pregnant with his child, but had scheduled an abortion, stating she could not handle another child with him due to his alleged narcissistic and abusive tendencies. She expressed a mix of love for him and desperation to escape the relationship, even pleading to be taken to jail to learn her lesson. She also alleged that he had enlisted 3 women to confront her, though no evidence confirmed this claim.
She tried to run up on me.
Okay. Where did this all happen?
Over here, by my car. I didn't know he was coming back. She made me wait, and she pretended like she was my friend until he got here again. He tried to swing on me. I just want him away from me, but I want him away from my house. I want him away from my kids.
You know what you have to do.
A restraining order.
You gotta get a restraining order.
Man, I can't do that, bro.
Witnesses provided additional context. One witness, a friend of the man, corroborated his account, stating that the woman was the aggressor, swinging at him while he tried to walk away. This witness emphasized that the man did not strike her, only attempting to calm the situation. Another witness, unaffiliated with either party, confirmed that the woman was intoxicated and aggressive, chasing the man despite his efforts to leave. They noted that the man was upset about her drinking while pregnant, which sparked the argument. The witnesses agreed that the situation had been ongoing for about an hour and a half, with the woman refusing to let the man leave.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure she get her ass home. This girl.
I was out with him earlier. What happened, man?
I come up here because she's up here drunk as
Okay.
I'm trying to get her in the car to go home.
I thought you guys were going to separate from the
I'm trying to keep, she's drunk as man.
I get it, man.
She's drunk as
The man explained he had initially left the scene, but returned after receiving calls that Cassie was drunk and causing a disturbance. He felt obligated to ensure her safety, despite their tumultuous relationship. He denied any physical aggression beyond pushing her away to prevent further conflict. He expressed frustration, stating he had provided for her, including buying a car she wanted, yet felt unappreciated and unable to reason with her due to her intoxication and emotional state.
Listen, I'm not going to say whether she did or not. I know I did.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping her. Whether she was swinging and all that shit, I'm not going to say because I don't want to get her in trouble.
I got you.
But at the same time, I was preventing this shit because I'm trying to get she's drunk, bro.
Yeah.
All the friends that she was with, they all drunk, they all gone. Now she here by herself.
Cassie's account was less coherent, likely due to her intoxication. She claimed the man broke her phone and reiterated that he was trying to force her into the car. She also mentioned an earlier incident where he left and returned, escalating the situation. Her emotional outbursts included pleas to be separated from him, references to his alleged abuse, and expressions of fear that she would prioritize him over her children. She mentioned having 2 other children and was adamant about not wanting to continue the pregnancy.
You guys having a baby together?
I don't want his baby. I scheduled it for Wednesday, but I don't want his baby. Look at these hoes. He's trying to get 3 hoes to fight me in the parking lot.
Okay.
I don't want his baby. I have been scheduled in New York. Look it up.
Officers observed visible signs of intoxication in Cassie, including slurred speech and difficulty standing. Her car was parked nearby, with her flip-flops scattered, suggesting a struggle. After separating the parties, police determined that Cassie needed medical evaluation due to her pregnancy and intoxication. She was transported to a hospital for assessment before being taken to the county jail.
5 years that I couldn't be with nobody but him.
Because you're not going to be able to drive.
Man, my car drives itself.
Well, we can't even go down that road.
Okay.
Make sure you get your friend come back here.
I just gotta calm down. I don't care about sleep here tonight.
Based on witness statements, observed behavior, and visible signs at the scene, officers concluded that Cassie had caused a public disturbance while intoxicated and had made physical contact with the man. She was formally charged with battery and disorderly intoxication. As of the latest update, no final court outcome has been reported. On November 20th, 2024, a tense confrontation unfolded between Angelica and her ex-partner, Nick, over the custody of their 2 children, aged 8 and 10. The incident, captured in a heated exchange with law enforcement, revealed a volatile situation marked by accusations, emotional outbursts, and conflicting accounts of events. The core issue centered on a child custody agreement, with Angelica insisting it was her designated day to have the children, while Nick claimed concerns about her behavior justified his actions.
And he says, oh, she just put her hands on me. I'll show you pictures of how he put his hands on me. He broke my orbital bone. I'm done. And I'm not going to stay here, and I'm not going to... No. I need someone to come and remove my children from that house. I have the paperwork, everything. I need him gone.
Who lives here?
Their dad.
Okay, so how do you need him gone?
Because I want him gone out of their lives. That's
not something that I can do. You have to go to the courthouse for that.
Oh, you guys like to use your funny words. It doesn't matter. Like, yeah, no, you can only do what you can only do. Okay.
Angelica approached the police in a state of distress, demanding her children be returned to her. She explained that she had gone to the school to pick up the kids, only to find that Nick had already taken them. Frustrated, she went to his house, which she found unlocked, and entered to confront him. According to Angelica, Nick immediately called the police, accusing her of assault. She vehemently denied his claims, alleging instead that he had previously been violent toward her, even breaking her orbital bone in the past with no consequences. Angelica presented a digital copy of the custody agreement on her phone, insisting it proved her right to have the children that day. She expressed frustration with the legal system, accusing it of favoring Nick, whom she described as a veteran who gets away with everything. Her agitation was evident as she argued with the responding officer, feeling dismissed and powerless.
And the boys are way too involved in this whole custody battle. It's been just terrible. He doesn't care. He's basically like just scratching his face. He doesn't give a shit.
How old are the kids?
8 and 10. So they know how to manipulate also. I'm here. Yes. I'm getting my kids.
Do you have the child custody agreement?
Yes, I'm getting it right now. If you like, I don't know. Want to stop picking your face? No, I'm being mean. No, because nobody's been nice to me in the point.
I haven't done anything but nice to you. Okay. I haven't yelled at you. I haven't done anything besides ask you your name, your date of birth, and what's going on.
I get it. I'm not happy though.
I haven't done anything wrong.
On the phone with a friend during the interaction, Angelica's concerns were echoed. The friend corroborated her story, explaining that Nick had a history of taking the children on her designated days, including an incident where he entered her home without permission to retrieve them. The friend referenced a prior conversation with a female officer who reportedly told Angelica she could enter Nick's home to retrieve her children if he had done the same to her. The friend emphasized the emotional toll of the ongoing custody battle, noting that the children were caught in the middle of their parents' conflict.
Nope, I thought it was my other son because he's hanging out at the neighbor's house. She comes barging up the stairs, smelling like alcohol, completely flipping out. I instantly called 911, and then she starts hitting me, pushing me, trying to break. Punch me in the back because they told me to separate it, but I live on the second floor, so I kind of turned my back to her to stop so I can talk to 911, and she just kept punching me kind of like a Charlie horse in the butt. I don't need an EMT or anything, but this has been nonstop.
Did you supposed to have them today?
Technically, yes, but I got a call from DCF today saying that they need to see the kids. There's ongoing investigations. Can I show you a video just from Monday, just so you can get a little context?
No, let's deal with it now.
Okay. Here we are.
But I mean, DCF can't stop.
Nick, meanwhile, presented a different narrative. He called 911 after Angelica entered his home, claiming she barged in, smelled of alcohol, and assaulted him by punching him in the back while he was trying to separate himself and contact authorities. He stated he had picked up the children from school after receiving a call from the Department of Children and Families, DCF, which was investigating Angelica for alleged drinking and violence. Nick mentioned a recent incident, supported by video evidence from Monday, where Angelica was reportedly intoxicated and physically disciplined one of the children, leaving bruises on their chest. He expressed concern for the children's safety, citing ongoing DCF investigations and guidance counselor reports from the school.
But he turned over and she's like, and started punching his back and stuff and like all that.
How was he punching? Like this?
I'm like
this?
Like fists, just jabbing, like once or twice in the back, and then he said, "Ow!" Like try to separate himself, but she kept trying to push and get in. And like I said, we were just like sitting on the couch, just relaxing, and then we just hear boom, and then all this happens.
Okay, just hang on tight here.
I want to press charges, by the way.
One of the children, present during the incident, provided a troubling account to the officer. The child described Angelica's behavior when intoxicated, alleging she had hit them multiple times, including an incident where she punched them in the chest after pinning them down. The child confirmed seeing a bottle of vodka or gin in her possession and noted that she tried to hide it. When asked about safety, the child said they felt secure with their father, but only sometimes with their mother. The child's testimony appeared to weigh heavily in the officer's assessment of the situation.
We usually do it for school, but today he picked them up before I did at school. I went to school to get them, and they were like, they already got picked up. He picked them up without my authority, yes, at school. That's why I came here, and his door was wide open. So what do? I walked right in. I knock on the door, door's open, I walk in. And then he's standing at the top and he's like, "You're assaulting me, this is assault." No. You pretty boy, you think that that's what you... No, I'm done. I'm done with the accusations and with the way he treats me and he gets away with it. I'm done.
From this point forward, why don't we do what I just said?
The responding officer attempted to de-escalate the situation, reviewing the custody agreement and acknowledging it was Angelica's day to have the children. However, the officer noted that Angelica's behavior, described as hyper and possibly under the influence, though not visibly intoxicated, complicated immediate action. The officer suggested conducting custody exchanges in a public place, like a sheriff's office, to avoid future conflicts. Despite this, Angelica grew increasingly frustrated, accusing the officer of inaction and expressing fear that her children were unsafe with Nick. She referenced past abuse, including broken bones, and insisted she was being unfairly targeted.
Facilitating that, you're not.
Talk to your friend. She had some very good advice for you.
Huh?
Talk to your friend on the phone. She had some good advice for you.
Yeah, just shut up, and I'm done shutting
Exactly.
up. Okay, yeah. No, you're telling me to shut up too?
So
Please?
I said talk to your friend. That's all I said. Okay?
No, what you're insinuating is different. I would like to go to my house. I want to go home, but with my kids.
Nick, for his part, reiterated his concerns about Angelica's drinking and behavior, supported by the child's account and DCF's involvement. He expressed exhaustion with the ongoing disputes and requested to press charges against Angelica for entering his home and assaulting him. The officer, while acknowledging the domestic nature of the incident, proceeded cautiously, noting that an arrest would likely follow due to the nature of the call.
They have videos of the whole encounter of what's school. Well, no, the guidance counselor is the one that called DCF.
Oh, guidance counselor.
Why did they call DCF? Well, because of everything that's happening, but nobody ever believes me because they'll talk to me, the boys. So I told them, you need to tell your guidance counselor, and I even gave her a heads up, you need to talk to the boys today. Bruise on his chest, she held him down, all on video of her pounding him in the chest. I'm in the kid. The young one right there.
Ultimately, Angelica was arrested, though the exact moment of her handcuffing sparked further outrage. She questioned why she was being detained for trying to retrieve her children, demanding an explanation before being restrained. The officer assured her that her car would be secured, but provided no immediate details about the charges.
It's okay, we'll take care of it all.
What am I getting arrested for?
I'll explain to you in just a second.
No, you should explain it to me before you put handcuffs on me, shouldn't you?
Nope.
Hey, you want to use these?
The smaller?
Yeah, they're smaller. My Smith and Wesson, they're small.
Yeah.
Small,
Please.
Put that
All regular size. Thank you, sir.
I'll put this inside your vehicle, ma'am, and I'm going to shut it off, okay?
Angelica's charges included trespassing for entering Nick's home without permission and domestic battery for allegedly punching him in the back during the confrontation. On May 27, 2023, police officers positioned themselves outside an outlet mall, anticipating the return of suspected shoplifters to their vehicles. As the suspects approached their cars, officers moved in to intercept them. One officer directed the group to gather in a specific area and informed them they were accused of stealing, instructing them to place their hands behind their backs. When one individual attempted to flee, officers shouted to apprehend him, while another noticed a female suspect trying to back away and ensured she was detained.
No, 54 on him. Let him go.
No, está bien, señor. So we're still missing one?
Yeah, he has a white shirt.
While sorting through the stolen items, an officer instructed that a pile of goods be placed near one of the female suspects. They identified items such as shoes, with an officer noting that each suspect had taken 2 pairs. Officers observed that the suspects had folded and stashed shopping bags, indicating organized theft. When asked for identification, one female suspect stated she had none, and despite further questioning about any form of ID, she provided no additional information. The suspect's refusal to cooperate frustrated the officers, with one remarking that the suspects were being untruthful.
No. You don't have an ID, a photo ID, any kind of ID? An ID from anywhere? You want me to reset up over there for that?
Yeah, we still just. I'd rather have someone on foot just in case try to dash. Did we take the prawn out?
Yes.
I just don't know if we have the charges on him to do it.
Officers continued their search for a male suspect with a tattoo on his arm, noting they were still missing one member of the group. They had observed him earlier carrying full bags to the car, emptying the contents, folding the bags, and returning to the mall, suggesting systematic shoplifting. An officer estimated the value of the stolen goods as significant. Via radio, an officer reported to dispatch, relaying information about the suspects. They noted that one suspect had appeared ready to sprint when approached, and another officer, Trevor, observed that the suspect's car was parked next to the female suspect's vehicle, indicating coordination.
10-12 with all parties.
10 right, 10-12. So you see the way there's nothing inside the car? The same way you go here is the same way we expect when you come in. Okay.
He dropped, like the passenger dropped it.
Yeah, because he saw the driver get an approach and then he tried to like, yeah.
Thank you.
Officers faced challenges verifying identities, with one explaining to a female suspect that they were trying to assist her, but her refusal to provide her name might result in her being booked as a Jane Doe, complicating her release. The suspect insisted the officer already had her name, but the officer clarified that without verification, her identity could not be confirmed. Another suspect, Jessica, confirmed her name spelling as Jessica, but refused to provide her social security number, hindering the identification process.
To help me pull you up, because I'm having a hard time, right? So if I can pull you up and I don't have to pull you in as a Jane Doe, it makes it easier for you to get out. So if that's what you want, that's fine. We can do it that way, but I'm trying to make this a little bit easier on you.
Officers identified the suspects as part of an organized shoplifting group, using lined bags to evade anti-theft systems. They described the group's method of repeatedly stealing and dumping goods. Officers noted that the suspects had attempted to lock their car doors to avoid detection, but the officers secured the vehicle. One officer requested that a colleague, Erica, place the two female suspects in her patrol car to separate them. They confirmed that the stolen items, including Nike shoes, were cataloged as evidence. Despite being short-staffed with only 4 officers, they managed resources carefully, with one officer noting the need to bring a patrol car closer.
You don't have a social, right? You have a social? No?
No.
Okay.
The operation concluded with all suspects detained and the stolen goods recovered. Officers ensured the suspects' vehicles were thoroughly checked, finding no additional contraband. An officer emphasized that the suspects were expected to comply fully during the process. On May 21, 2024, a distressing situation unfolded when a concerned individual received a voicemail from their fiancée, Joelle, saying goodbye. The caller, who was at work, immediately grew worried, as Joelle had been struggling with depression for about a week. They rushed home, a journey that took roughly 8 minutes, and contacted the police for help, fearing Joelle might harm herself. Joelle, a 20-year-old woman, was on foot, as she didn't drive, and her whereabouts were unknown. She was texting her fiancé but refused to share her location, upset that the police had been called.
She texted me.
is she's not giving me, she's refusing to give me her location because she's pissed that I called you guys.
Okay.
She does not want to go to the hospital at all, but she's really sick, and she's been not great for about a week now.
The couple lived in a green and purple building in the area. Joelle had a history of homelessness there, so she knew the surroundings well. The fiancé explained that Joelle was deeply distrustful of law enforcement due to past trauma. She had been assaulted by police multiple times and witnessed a friend being shot by officers when she was 14 after a call about a fight. This history fueled her aversion to police and hospitals as she feared being institutionalized. Despite taking medication for her mental health, which her fiancé ensured she took nightly, Joelle's condition had worsened recently.
Just been very depressed for about a week now, and I've been like, I really need you to help me clean the house, please, please, please. Like, you don't work, I need you to help me clean the house. I work full time, I need help. And I've had that kind of conversation with them today, and they gave me the same bullshit random excuses that they always have and got mad at me for asking them to help do the responsibilities around the house. And then
The fiancé shared that they had argued earlier that day about household responsibilities. Joelle, who didn't work, was asked to help clean the house, but the conversation led to frustration. Joelle completed the chores, but later expressed intentions to harm herself, including hitting herself, cutting, and past attempts to overdose on pills. She had also faced other traumas like being stalked, which led to a restraining order, and she had cut off contact with her abusive family, except possibly her mother in Hamilton, Ohio.
on your phone? I have so many.
Any places she likes to hang out? Go down here.
Not that I know of, because we do everything together or I'm at work. So whenever we're together, I drive, and so we just drive places. I don't know where they walk to, or like where they normally bus to. This is them.
Beautiful.
Yes,
Okay.
she's gorgeous, and she's everything to me.
She's mixed.
Yeah, I saw the picture.
She's got the same curly, long hair.
When police arrived, they tried to locate Joelle, who was eventually found walking nearby. The situation escalated as Joelle reacted angrily, feeling betrayed by her fiancé for involving the police. She expressed distrust, calling the officers derogatory names and accusing them of over-policing the neighborhood due to racism. Despite attempts to de-escalate, including offers to have her speak with a non-police professional, Joelle remained uncooperative, insisting she wanted to die and refusing help.
Well, because your fiance is worried about you. That's why. Number one, and we have to make sure that you're okay. And
Okay, I'm fine. I'm here. I'm right here. Go away. Bye.
well, we can't do that because you said that you rather you want to hurt yourself.
The confrontation grew heated. Joelle spat on an officer, leading to her being restrained and placed in a police car. She complained about the restraint, claiming it hurt her shoulders due to a medical condition. Officers found her driver's license was invalid or suspended, and her vehicle registration had expired in February. A bag was placed over her head after the spitting incident, though her fiancé confirmed she had no communicable diseases like HIV or AIDS. Joelle continued to express anger and distress, feeling betrayed and exposed.
Pig! Hey, that's what we're not gonna do. We don't spit. Don't spit. We're gonna. I hope you're happy. Come on, what kind of spit?
You're gonna dislocate my shoulders. I have a disease.
Throughout the ordeal, the fiancé remained distraught, emphasizing their love for Joelle and their desperation to keep her safe. The police reassured them that their actions were out of concern, not betrayal, and acknowledged the difficulty of the situation. The officers aimed to get Joelle help, but her resistance and past experiences with law enforcement complicated the intervention.
Yes, they are. Thanks for choking me, Pig. It was super cute. I loved it.
Michael's actions during the incident led to several charges: assault on a police officer due to spitting, disorderly conduct, an invalid or suspended driver's license, and an expired vehicle registration. On March 27, 2023, at around 6 p.m., police received a distressing call from a child reporting that his mother, Ashley Weber, was unresponsive and not answering the door for several hours. Officers and fire department personnel arrived at the apartment, where they found the door blocked by drawers. After breaking it down, they discovered Ashley, 35, semi-conscious in the bathroom, with her children outside, crying and fearing she was dead.
Nothing here that's heavy enough to do that. Hey!
You been drinking or you been doing drugs?
3-9.
So you have some tinfoil there, brown all over your nose.
Inside, officers noted aluminum foil with a powdery substance, suspected to be fentanyl, in the bathroom. Ashley appeared disoriented with brown residue on her nose and wrist, suggesting drug use. She claimed she had taken her prescribed medication, which she took 3 times daily, and was preparing to shower when she passed out. She insisted the powder was not hers, but belonged to her ex-boyfriend Michael, who she said had been arrested earlier that day for drug-related activities. According to Ashley, Michael had hidden his drugs in her medicine bottle, contaminating her pills, which caused her to lose consciousness unintentionally.
What's your first name, Miss Weber?
My name is Ashley.
Can you spell that for me?
S-H-L-E-Y. So who called?
Your kids. Or somebody's kids over here, the young child. What's your date of birth, Ashley?
Alright, I'm telling you, the cops came and we spoke with them earlier. We explained all this to him.
Ashley, a licensed practical nurse at Mercy Hospital, explained she had moved into the apartment in August after her father's death and a divorce. She claimed she was unaware the property had a history as a drug house previously occupied by a Mexican squat, as described by the landlord. She alleged that Michael had been involved with neighbors Daniel and Lacey, who were dealing drugs, including fentanyl. Ashley stated she was in the process of kicking Michael out when the incident occurred, as she refused to allow drugs around her children.
Sir, I just got here. We were starting to clean everything to get out. The next thing I know, I took my medicine. Next thing I know, do you not hear what I'm saying? No.
Did he just leave you passed out in the bathroom?
Sir, he was not here. The cops just picked him up. The cops just got him within him not functioning with them or anything. I literally opened the door, took...
The officers expressed concern about the children being left unattended while Ashley was passed out. They found her story inconsistent, noting she was unable to exit the bathroom and required intervention. Ashley maintained she had only taken her prescribed medication, but officers suspected the powder on her pills was fentanyl, which could explain her condition. She was advised to consult her doctor about the safety of her medication and to call 911 if she felt faint again. Despite her protests, she was asked to step outside and sit in a police car in handcuffs per policy to discuss the situation further while arrangements were made for her children.
So her daughter-in-law has went to prison, all this crap, and she was my best friend. I was not aware that this place was hot. My dad passed away, went through a divorce, and they offered to start renting this to me within months, and I thought it was just a good idea to start up here and start working at Mercy Hospital and just went from there.
Ashley grew defensive, arguing she was being treated unfairly and emphasizing her role as a nurse and her connection to a retired judge, the mother-in-law of her best friend who owned the property. She claimed the landlord had a strict stance against drugs, even imprisoning her own daughter-in-law for similar issues. Ashley insisted she was unaware of the drug activity until recently and was trying to resolve it by removing Michael from the apartment.
Right,
Hey, whenever you can close my suspicious activity.
Is it that strong, whatever he had in that bottle, like those all clicked up in mine, for you to just be on my medicine and me take it and be...
The officers, unconvinced by her explanations, noted the children's 911 call and the suspicious circumstances, including the foil and powder. Ashley was taken into custody, and her children were attended to by other officers. The situation was recorded, and Ashley was informed she would be detained for further investigation.
We're standing up.
Okay, I mean, what am I going to, what is going on, like, as far as, can you, like, tell me what I'm getting, like, am I going to jail,
Yes.
or for what?
Child neglect.
Ashley Wober, 35, was booked on 2 counts of child neglect and faced an existing warrant from Cherokee County for neglect of a family. Her bond was set at $100,000. On September 16, 2024, police officers were dispatched to a roadway in Grundy County after reports of a vehicle driving erratically. Witnesses described a car with stickers on the back, speeding at 100 miles per hour, passing vehicles on the shoulder, and nearly colliding head-on with another car. Upon arriving, officers found a vehicle matching the description parked on the roadside. The driver, a woman, was inside with her son and 2 dogs, a pit bull and a smaller terrier-type dog.
Those dogs don't get out the window.
No, sir, do you want me to roll it?
No, I don't want you to open that up again.
I was
So
going to say, I can roll it.
just come to the side of the window here. I'm going to sit in the car, and then if
My
you get...
son is in the car. Is it okay if I go back and forth?
That's fine, yeah. Go over there, yeah.
As officers approached, the woman partially rolled down her window, concerned about her dogs, which she said were trained to protect her. She explained she lived in a city and used the dogs for protection instead of owning a gun. She claimed she pulled over because she was unfamiliar with the area and denied speeding, offering to show data from her boyfriend's speed limit app. She repeatedly mentioned her work with an animal sanctuary nonprofit, emphasizing her experience with animals and her reluctance to let the dogs out.
I see her get in the other lane, and she drives in the other lane for a little bit, then gets in the middle. Hang on a second.
If you got to deal with your kid, deal with your kid. You're not free to leave yet.
The officer, Sergeant Butterfield, noted the car had been reported for dangerous driving behaviors, including passing on the shoulder and driving on the wrong side of the road. A witness, driving a Kenworth service truck, confirmed seeing the woman's car speed past on the gravel shoulder and weave across lanes. The witness also observed her stumbling after exiting the vehicle and letting one dog off-leash in a ditch.
Sorry, I can't deal with the clubhouse. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not asking you to move. I'm just asking you to stand.
Okay, but like...
Stand like this. That's all I'm asking you to do. Your hands at your side. Okay? Keep your arms at your sides.
Okay.
Okay? Keep your arms at your sides.
I'm sorry,
Listen, I'm trying to get this done. Okay?
I know, I was just taught to always... My mom always told me...
Okay, there you go.
During the interaction, the officer detected a sweet smell, suspecting alcohol or marijuana. The woman admitted to smoking cannabis at 8 a.m. that day and later confessed to having 1 shot of alcohol that morning. She denied current intoxication, citing a medical marijuana card, though the officer noted this did not legalize driving under the influence. A bottle of vodka was found in the center console, which she claimed belonged to her boyfriend, insisting the car was not hers.
Take a deep breath.
Like suck in?
Yep. Blow hard 4 seconds. Go, blow. Listen.
I am blowing.
Listen. Yeah, it's like blowing
I was blowing, sir. I was.
Take a deep breath.
The officer proposed a field sobriety test to assess impairment. The woman expressed anxiety, referencing a prior incident in King County where she was arrested and later received an apology from authorities. She mentioned difficulty walking a straight line due to wearing flip-flops and her self-described hillbilly nature. She agreed to an eye test and a portable breath test, PBT, but struggled to follow instructions, repeatedly moving her arms despite being asked to keep them at her sides. The officer observed significant nystagmus, uncontrollable eye jerking, indicating possible intoxication.
I did last time. I didn't mean to spell.
Calm down. Stop. Or this is not going to go the way you want it to. Do you understand? Calm down. I understand that. Do you want us to take care of your son or your dogs? Then stop. Quit walking out in the traffic. Calm down. Okay? Because I'm either...
That's what y'all did last time, though.
Stop. I'm either going to call animal control and DCFS, or I'm going to call your mom and get...
Your dog.
get animal control up. Then my dog will get shot.
Hey! I'm trying to help you, but you just won't calm down. Stop it.
Please.
Then stop
This is
talking.
what you all did last time, though.
The woman's behavior grew erratic. She became argumentative, referencing the King County incident again and accusing the officers of targeting her unfairly. Despite warnings to calm down, she continued to resist, expressing concern for her son and dogs. She was warned that Animal Control and the Department of Children and Family Services, DCS, might be called if she didn't cooperate. Her agitation escalated, leading to her arrest after she failed to comply with the sobriety tests and continued to argue.
You're gonna get your license removed like the last county sheriff.
I'm getting drunk and smelling.
Really? That's exactly what the black ass cop said last time.
Real nice. Wow, that's gonna look good in court.
Oh, it's gonna look in court that they is
Sit down.
proof?
Sit down. I'm gonna pick you up like a toddler and put you in there.
All right, go ahead, y'all.
Officers restrained her and placed her in the squad car, where she became increasingly belligerent, shouting profanities and threatening legal action. She demanded her son be left alone and expressed fear that her dogs would be harmed. Her brother arrived to take custody of her child but refused to take the dogs. The woman was charged with driving under the influence, DUI, and child endangerment. Her blood alcohol concentration was later measured at 0.191, well above the legal limit of 0.08. On November 17, 2023, police officers were called when a foster mother refused to be arrested after an alleged incident involving the foster children in her care.
Hey, open up now! Open up! Who has the knife? I'm sorry, keep the door down. Open up! Open up now!
Adam, before you get this complaint and call back and maybe have her step out.
Open up! I'm about ready to if you don't come out! Let me see it! I'm about... Open the door! Open the door! Open the door, Al!
After several warnings, the officer opened the door, and she immediately became belligerent toward him.
No, what's going on? We have an emergency call. We have an emergency. Yes, you do. Okay, let's talk. No. I understand. So who has a knife? You just said no knife. I said there's no knife. I never said that. Who called? What do you mean?
Is there someone else here?
What do you mean? There's no knife. Wait a minute. There's no knife. Back up from my house. Back up from my house. Let me go. Why are you touching me? No, everyone is okay. What is you on? Stop talking to me. Get out. Get out.
Come here.
Come over here.
Close my door. Lock it. Lock my door. There's no
In response to her aggressive behavior, the officer quickly took out their handcuffs to detain her.
Because you've been pushing on this officer. That's why.
Oh, I never touched him.
That is such a lie. It's on camera.
Close my door. I closed my door. Wait a minute. Close my door. Close my door. Will. Close my door.
We had a disagreement. Ain't no violence. We just arguing. You been drinking. Ain't no problem.
Let me go. Please let me go. Please let me go.
We're going back in my car, B. We're going to figure out what's going on.
Stop. No, wait a minute.
We got called about a knife, and the next thing you know, you shut the door on my face.
There's no knife. I just came home. Let me go, please. What are you on? There's no knife. What?
When I walked up, there was an argument, and the next thing you know, you were shut the door.
There's no argument. The argument was between me and you.
No, I heard it coming up.
Are you serious?
And then I knocked on the door.
Are you serious?
Yes. So we're gonna.
You're
gonna stop yelling at me?
Why are you doing this?
And then you said I'm putting up the knife. So
no,
I
never said I'm putting up the knife. I said
The fact that she was a foster mother while displaying such terrible behavior was chilling.
why are you doing
What?
We're not.
Get
No.
in the car.
No. Get in the car.
No,
Get in the car.
Why is you doing this? Why is you doing this? No, why is you doing this?
All right, ma'am.
What did I do?
You didn't. Just.
Why are you
breathe.
detaining me?
I'm detaining you because I got called that someone had a knife.
Nobody had a
Listen,
knife.
I figured out your kids had a knife to protect themselves.
Who? My kids?
Yes, listen. Now you need to stop talking over me before I get upset.
Please just let me out.
All right? What's happening right now is I'm getting all your kids' information because it sounded like you guys were arguing downstairs and stuff got physical,
No,
but I don't see any
nothing
injury.
got physical. What happened is my kids, those aren't even my kids. They're foster kids. They're staying for a time. They're foster parents.
You're still guardian over them, right?
No, they're coming to get them.
You're still guardian over them, no matter what, until they transfer over.
I'm hot.
I understand.
Let me out.
Well, you're
I'm
yelling.
hot.
You don't make the demands, all
What
right?
did I
So
do?
right now you're
What
listening.
Did I do? What
So
did
I got
do?
called here for someone
What
having
did I
knives.
do?
I knocked on the door and you guys shut the door on me.
I didn't even know who you was.
Yeah, because your kids called because they were scared.
The officer struggled to identify her because she continuously yelled and talked over him. She even blamed the children under her care, accusing them of making false reports against her.
This is not my child. I just called him here because I was trying to let him hang out with my nephew. I swear to God.
Okay, we'll go get your phone.
This is serious. This is serious. Her son makes false calls. He makes false calls. He called y'all from Bradley. Yes. He called y'all from Bradley. He did all this.
All the kids upstairs said they heard the fight.
Yes, no, it's not about fighting. Me and Will, I told him he had to go. It's not about fighting. Will, me and Will are not under fighting. The point is I told them to go in the room. When I told them to go in the room, Kay felt like he was restricted. No, I did tell them to go in the room.
They all said you were yelling and banging was going to happen downstairs.
And yeah, they did. And I told him to get his stuff and go. I told them to go in the room. No, I never once. You know what? Before all the case was said and done, a few hours ago, I had something to drink. I haven't had anything to drink in the last 2 hours. Terry is the one. She's the babysitter. She's Kate's. I am the foster mom to 2 of them.
Well, I know, but
Kate is the other one.
She showed clear signs of non-compliance, prompting the officer to warn her that if she refused to cooperate, she would be placed inside the paddy wagon.
Please, why is this happening? No,
what you're doing right now is an additional charge. I'm asking you to have a seat while we conduct our investigation. Watch your foot. Thank you. We'll leave the window cracked. Oh, looks like we have your phone.
Yes, can I please have my phone? What the f is going on? What's going on? Why am I being detained?
Because you were resisting.
I'm not resisting.
Also obstructing.
I'm not resisting. What you mean? When you was at the door, I did not know you were the police.
Right now, I'm tired of this right now.
I was not resisting.
Yeah, you were. When I said open the door,
I did not know you were the police.
I said, purely please, where's your number?
I didn't know you were the police.
I need to get
You were the police. Why are you doing all this? Why are you doing all this?
You have a grandma? Is there a grandma that can come watch?
When informed of the charges, she repeatedly accused the officer of lying and continued yelling at him despite multiple warnings. As a result, she was placed in the paddy wagon and transported to jail.
Thank you. I said I couldn't breathe. You said Daddy kept touching me. And I don't know why. I did you shit through your ass.
You got the information.
Stop.
No, I'm with the ambulance.
Okay. This f***ing officer, him, said I was touching him. I did not know he was coming in my door. He illegally obtained me. No, I can't breathe. No. I can't breathe. That's the problem.
There we go.
I know I'm talking, but I'm upset because this stupid motherfucker, I did not do nothing. Please. I'm still in danger. I'm in danger of my life. I'm in danger. I'm in danger. As long as he's here, I'm in danger.
No, you're not.
No.
Yes, she's under arrest.
No.
charged with resisting arrest, battery on a peace officer, and obstructing justice. What happens when you refuse to identify yourself during a traffic stop? On August 13, 2024, an officer initiated a traffic stop on a speeding vehicle.
Good morning. Effective speed limit is 35. You're going 53 this morning.
It was 3 people in front of me, man. I want to record this because this is outrageous.
Okay. You have your driver's license and insurance?
I don't understand why I was being pulled over. Can you show me the speed I was doing?
Yeah, you're going 53 to 35.
Can you show me? I'm asking you to show me.
You'll be on the camera for court.
I know. I want to see the camera now.
I can't do that.
Can I see your? Can I speak to your supervisor?
Sure. You have your driver's license and insurance?
I'm asking for a supervisor.
I'm asking for your license and insurance.
I'm asking for a supervisor.
Okay. In the meantime, I need your driver's license.
I'm asking for a supervisor. Can I see a supervisor, please?
Ma'am, all you need to do is hand over your ID and license. Why do you need a supervisor for that? Nevertheless, the female officer still called for a supervisor to be present.
Ma'am, I've asked for your ID repeatedly. So, you don't have an ID?
Did you give the other officer your ID, ma'am? I can't hear you. Ma'am, hey, ma'am, just hear me out for a second. In case you didn't know, we don't have to show you our stuff. Yeah, okay, you have rights too, but we don't have to show you that stuff, ma'am.
You don't have to show me, so I don't have to show
No, it doesn't work that way, ma'am.
The woman, thinking she was in charge of the police, repeatedly demanded proof of why she was pulled over, despite being stopped among several other cars. It's amusing to see an ignorant person act like they're controlling the situation.
I explained all that to you, and yes, I did, ma'am, because we don't have to show you what our radar stuff reading is. No, we don't, ma'am. Maybe for court, but not right now. Y'all know we are too, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Still here, still waiting for your ID that you won't give me.
Yeah. You can make this process go a whole lot faster.
Go very poorly for you.
Okay, I got time. So can I speak to your supervisor? Can you bring your supervisor out?
They're en route. Okay. Try to get all this resolved without a supervisor. Oh.
I want you to also understand that by refusing to give your ID, you'll be subject to arrest, or you will go to jail. If that's what you're waiting for to provide identification, you can be arrested for not providing your ID. Okay. I tried. Sometimes they do. Sometimes under threat of arrest, I will provide ID. Ma'am, can you at least keep your hands visible during the traffic stop? Put your hand on the steering wheel. You can record with your other hand, but take that other hand. Yep. Fantastic. I appreciate that, dear. Thank you very much.
She turned a simple traffic stop, one of the most avoidable arrests, into a full-blown escalation just by refusing to provide identification.
Man, this could have gone completely different. That was on you. And there's no reason. You have refused to provide your ID.
And I didn't even do anything. You stated that I...
You say you didn't do anything.
You said that I was speeding.
I did say that, and you were.
You said I was speeding, correct?
Yes, 53 and a 35.
So I was doing 53, so everybody was doing 53.
And she's admitted to speeding now. It's impressive.
Right? Correct?
No.
So I was the only one. So was it cars in front of me?
No.
It wasn't cars.
There were cars in front of you not going 53.
Okay, so it wasn't cars. So how are you going to get me to the tow truck? Where's the supervisor at? How are you going to tow something when I ask for a supervisor?
I don't need a supervisor to tow your car, ma'am. I do not.
Make TikTok videos for this.
Go viral.
Yeah, this is what it is.
Good day, sir.
I don't know how you guys do it. I could not do it. I just don't have
the patience. Yeah.
If that cracks in the window, my teeth is going to roll. I could throw us out one way or another. I'm serious. I ain't got time for this shit.
Oh man, there's always one somewhere.
People that might really need your guys' help. This bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
I've watched those videos and I'm like, what in the hell does this world come to? Where a cop can't do their job.
Yeah. Although the officer patiently gave her another chance to roll down the window and hand over her ID, she remained seated in the driver's seat, calling someone, maybe a family member, as if they were going to get her out of this situation.
Okay.
anything wrong. Okay. I didn't even do anything wrong. Oh my God. This is crazy. Oh my God.
Put your hands together like a frame.
Wow. Are you serious? Oh yeah.
It's on the
Wow.
All this over a speeding ticket that only required her ID? This is why you don't learn the law from TikTok.
Are you the supervisor?
I am.
And what's your name?
Sergeant McDonald.
I have done nothing wrong. I have done absolutely nothing wrong, officer. I promise to God on my dad's grave. My dad is deceased. And she pulled me out over. I asked her, and it's all of my recording on my phone. I asked her, was there any, like, how did you pull me out of the lineup out of all these people that was driving on the vehicle? I asked her, was I the only one on the road? She said, yes. I was not, officer, it was vehicles in front of me. How did you pick me out of all the people? That's what I don't understand. I was not speeding at all. I was going to the shop. Oh my God. I was going to the shop. I'm trying to look for a stolen car. Yeah.
Why? Your car?
Yeah, I work for a business.
Who do you work for?
For Mary Rental Cars right down the street, and I was going there to put information so that I could have in the system.
So I guess the whole thing is, ma'am, if she said she got you speeding,
she did not.
You can't say that. You know how these machines work. You don't know how they.
And that's the thing. I was not wspeeding. That's the funny part about. I was not speeding. Why would I speed?
That's not something that we debate on the side of the road. If that's how you feel, then that's something you got to go to court for. And
that's fine. I'll just go to court for that. I'll go to court.
She later complained that she was pulled over by a female officer and that a male officer broke her window for no reason. But was it really for no reason?
Well, he's on his way. And then he broke the glass and everything for no reason. All I said was, let me speak to the supervisor. You didn't have to go to that extent to do all this extra stuff.
Calling other people to come here and everything else.
The owner. That's the owner. Oh, my God. I called the owner. I'm scared. You guys are...
Did you ever give them your information?
I didn't, because I didn't understand. But listen,
you gotta look at it this way.
But listen,
you're being uncooperative with them from the
how am I being uncooperative?
If you get pulled over by the police and you're
but
driving
I didn't even do anything.
You're talking over me. You're required to show them your driver's
Why am I required? I don't have rights. Where's my rights at the end?
Well,
so I don't have rights.
If you're part of a traffic, I'm not saying you don't have rights. I'm saying you are required to provide information.
And you're the supervisor.
ID.
I can't wait for this all to be on documentations.
Okay, that's fine. It's like driver's ed 101 that you're required to show your driver's license when you get pulled over on a traffic stop. Are we done talking? Have a good day.
That's funny that y'all could do all this, but y'all can't find a stolen car that I've been looking for.
She claimed she was calling the owner of a stolen vehicle she was searching for and insisted she had done nothing wrong. Well, except for refusing to cooperate with the officer.
Car company.
Oh, I gotcha.
And I had done nothing wrong. I'm trying to tell you, I did not do anything wrong.
You did fail to provide your ID after being...
But I did not do... How did I... She didn't even verify me speeding. I wasn't... That's the funny part.
That's what court's for.
But I did not... I was not even speeding. That's the crazy part.
And that's what court's for.
I was not even
speeding. If you weren't
speeding
and she can't prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, then you can't be convicted of speeding. But out here on the streets is not where we can argue those things.
This is crazy. Can you at least get my keys that's in the vehicle and put it with my belongings?
They got like your house keys on them?
Yes.
Yeah, let me grab it.
Could you at least look for that Jeep that I'm looking for to check these cameras?
I promise you, dear, if it's stolen and we have a list of vehicles we all actively look for.
Because I noticed when I called the detectives yesterday and spoke with the detectives, they were saying that it was like pinging off a copy, like through the cameras.
Oh, yeah, probably, yeah. It's just about a matter of time to find it.
What's your head?
You go to the first again?
Yes, ma'am.
And all this had been avoided. It was a speeding ticket.
I wasn't even speeding.
So created all of this.
I'll fight you in court. That's all.
The woman was charged with obstruction. Do you think that was enough for what she did? You won't believe how these people acted during a domestic incident. On January 11th, 2024, officers responded to a call of shots being fired. When they arrived, they were told by a young woman that her father had attempted to shoot her.
Which one is it? All right, what happened?
He shot at me and put his hands on me.
Who is he to you? That's your dad?
Yes.
Bro, your daddy high as fuck off some. And this bitch just put his hands on me and shot at me. I just want you to know he's going to jail. He going to jail. He finna die tonight or he going to jail. I promise you that. I promise you.
Ma'am, calm down. Ma'am.
Fucking 250 pound, put his hands on me and shot at me and talked to me like I wasn't shit.
Ma'am.
I don't wish nothing but death on this man. All I want to let you know.
Ma'am, I get you worked up. Calm down, though. You can't be yelling. Calm down now.
The officer immediately detained the father, who was suspected to be the aggressor, but surprisingly, he was cooperative with the officer.
Get her mother to do here. She is totally out of control, but which I understand because she.
We're gonna have to get watch your head now. Right?
Yeah. She
hey,
is.
Laney, you got a Miranda card on you? Mine's in my car.
You don't have to. No,
I do.
I know, but
I do.
I talk to you. This is.
I know you will. I know you will. But I got to do this before I ask you.
This is a situation that just got out of hand. She went to screaming and hollering, and I told her to come back in the house or go over to her mother, and she just lost it. She don't feel like I'm paying her enough attention.
All right. So we got a call that Mr. George popped a round off in the road.
No.
Okay, why would she say you shot at her?
It's because she's screaming and hollering. I hollered and I said, Paul! I'm screaming at her. I'm trying to get her.
Now, have you drank anything tonight?
Sir, I don't drink.
You don't drink? Okay.
No, sir.
All right.
I'm a world-class athlete.
Oh, I know.
I don't drink. I don't smoke drugs.
Why do you think I ain't never tried to fight you, bro?
Right. I don't smoke.
So listen, that's what we got to call about, and that's why we surrounded your house.
No. I'm not upset at her. She is
According to the father, his daughter was upset because she felt he wasn't paying enough attention to her, and he denied ever shooting at or harming her.
We got calls from a neighbor, apparently, right?
Yeah.
We got calls from a neighbor saying that you were outside with a gun arguing with her.
No, I may have looked like it, but I didn't have a gun.
It looked like. What do you mean it looked like it?
I had my kung fu stick.
Okay.
And I was screaming and hollering.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't have no gun, and I was not shooting at my daughter.
Okay. Do you own a gun?
No.
Okay. There's no guns in there?
No.
Okay. Now, why would you make the pow sound? That's kind of confusing.
Well, that's what we do when we try to make shocking noise. Pow! We trying to scare her.
You tried to shock her into
shock her to be through because she has a child molester. I mean, had been molested. A victim.
Yeah.
And that's all she was trying to do. And I was trying to get her to go with her brother and leave.
The officer noticed a white car nearby. The father explained that it belonged to his son's girlfriend, who was also at the scene. She, along with his son and daughter, gave similar testimonies. When the officer suspected them of lying to law enforcement officer, the father defended them, saying they were only scared because they had never been in trouble before.
I gotta tell y'all something.
Okay. Are you lying now?
Yes.
Why? Why? Did he put his hands on you?
Yes.
How?
He was attacking me, but...
In what way was he attacking you?
With his hands, but...
Did they tell you to tell me that you were lying to me?
Who?
Did anybody coerce you to say that you were lying to us?
No. No.
So why would you lie about the gun? You trying to get him in trouble or what?
I don't go home.
Step over here. Okay, what's up?
Something seemed off when the officer questioned the daughter. She couldn't form a full sentence and kept looking around, showing obvious signs of lying.
Who'd you shoot at? You shot at him? Because you were scared?
Something like that.
Where's the gun at?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Okay, so he never actually put his hands on you?
Good though.
How? In what way?
He was coming at me.
Like, how did he put his hands on you? Demonstrate on me. He grabbed your arm.
Like, you see how big he was? He was coming at me like this.
Okay.
And I was running, and he was like, get this bitch up out my house.
Okay. And then? I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Even her headlights couldn't keep up with her clumsy lies.
He evil.
Y'all were arguing. She went upstairs. You were trying to get in his girlfriend's room?
In his room.
In his room? For what?
So he was saying hurtful things to me.
Okay, what were you going in his room for?
To fight his girlfriend.
To fight his girlfriend? Okay, so then he stopped. So he stopped you from going to fight, start a fight, correct? And he put his hands on you like this, like to stop you, correct?
Yes, but it wasn't like that. He was aggressive.
He was aggressive.
And
okay, I got you.
You gotta see he big, like,
I got you.
and I'm small, so it's not regular force.
I'm understanding that.
It's like he's throwing me, basically.
I'm tracking on that. Okay, he's a lot bigger than you. That's okay. So, what happened after that? Y'all kept arguing. You came outside.
I wound up going downstairs, and he came down here, and he was talking. He was just calling me bitches and hoes.
The fact that she called her father a devil and then shot at him simply because she felt ignored is absolutely horrifying.
I'm straight.
Where's the gun at?
I don't know. It's around the neighborhood somewhere.
Huh?
It's around the neighborhood somewhere.
Turn around, put your hands on your back. Good. You can take him up. Ask him why he put his hands on her. Okay. She shot at him.
Yeah. That's why he gave consent first.
He did give consent?
Oh, yeah. He said, he said, there's going to be stuff in there you're going to find. It's not what they've existed. I don't want you to find.
Ma'am, you said the gun is around the neighborhood. Where exactly is it at?
I don't know.
So how did you know
how far?
I don't know. I was running through the houses and stuff.
306, 301, call 10.
What direction of travel did you go?
Look, we don't want kids to find this gun.
It was like...
That way?
Hold on. Do y'all want to see about a dog before we put our little...
We can ask.
Well, I mean, she was in between the houses. Y'all didn't go between the houses.
So, the daughter is the one that shot at him.
Last name is...
Go on that side for me.
Hotel Uniform.
She agreed to Miranda, but she stopped about halfway through. But after she admitted to shooting at him.
First name is...
So, I did my little protective thing, and she came to me and said she needs to come clean or something.
The daughter was charged with falsely reporting a crime and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. How long do you think she'll be sentenced? Let's see how a woman refused a hotel room and ended up choosing a jail cell instead. On December 18th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a campground after reports of an intoxicated woman named Lori causing a disturbance.
Officers were dispatched to a campground after reports of an intoxicated woman causing a disturbance.
Deputy LaFan. So what happened?
So basically, she, I guess, was walking. She came to my RV site, sat down at the table.
Is this her?
No.
Okay.
She's on her side of the RV.
Uh-huh.
She was carrying a beer bottle or some kind of liquor bottle with her dog. She sat down. She was slurring her words, obviously intoxicated. And then she started just saying random stuff and cursing at my wife, cursing at me. I told her immediately to get up, start walking back to her RV site. She then started doing loops around the park down on that side. That's when I was walking behind her to kind of like tell her to go back to your site. I called Joel, who's on call tonight, to come as a second to witness, because then she accused me of being a male following her.
Yeah.
And then Stephanie works here, so she came over. She was at our site as well as a female, and then we were kind of trying to get her to go back to her site, called the security. She got on the cart initially with security, and she hopped off while it was moving, started walking to the beach, sat down there, threw the bottle of liquor at our security guard. And finally she was walking around more, got back on the cart, brought it here. We've already had noise complaints about her cursing randomly at her dogs.
So she was causing a disturbance on the property.
The owner wanted Lori to be trespassed from the property. Noticing that she was intoxicated and unable to drive, he requested that she return the next day to gather her belongings, but stay elsewhere for the night.
She's inside? Lori? 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 It's Deputy Robertson, Marvin County Sheriff Office. How you doing, Lori? You want to come out?
Come outside and talk to me right quick.
No, I ain't going nowhere.
Okay, listen, Lori. This is the deal, okay? They want you trespass. They want you to leave at this moment, okay?
Okay, well, I cannot pack up all this camp. Are you serious?
Yeah.
This is fucking sexy as shit. I'm not gonna do it right now. I will.
You're gonna do it right now. You're gonna get what you can get. You're gonna get what you can get. You can get yourself an Uber. You can get you a hotel in Key West, but you have to leave tonight.
But look at my house. I paid a lot of money for
Listen.
Really,
We're not gonna go back and forth with this. You are causing a disturbance on the property. They want you gone. They want you gone tonight, and they want you to come back in the morning and come pick up your stuff and leave.
I will come back in the morning, but hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm fine with that. But just don't get violent on me.
The officer then instructed her to gather her belongings and call an Uber to find a place to stay. He also warned her that if she continued ignoring his instructions or attempted to drive, she would be arrested for trespassing or DUI.
You cannot drive because you were drinking, so if you drive, that's DUI, okay?
I didn't want to drive.
So listen, this is what I need you to do. I need you to get an Uber. I need you to pack you some stuff so that you can go to Key West, get you a hotel. I don't know if you want to go to Big Pine, Marathon, whatever you want to go at.
You know
okay?
what? I like that idea.
That's fine.
Will you give me a ride to Key West?
No, I'm not. No.
Down like that.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not giving you a ride. I'm not giving you a ride. I'm not giving you a ride.
Tits the fuck up
okay.
for a ride to Key West.
Listen. Like I said, get your things, pack up, so that you can get you a hotel or make sure you get you an Uber so that you can leave.
All right then.
Okay. All right, let's go. Let's do this now. Let's do this now. Come on, let's get up.
You cannot sweat me, motherfucker, right now. I am fucking high as shit, and I am not gonna be a dick. Why are you dicking me? You want to trash my shit? Fucking trash it.
Listen, we need you to leave.
We need you to leave. Deal.
Okay.
I wasn't doing anybody no problem. I have a fucking nice I'm from Las Vegas.
It seemed like she wasn't sober enough to understand what the officer was saying, so they quickly proceeded with an arrest.
I guess you were having problems with the folks here today, huh?
I wasn't having anybody's problem. You guys had a problem with me. That's what I just don't understand. I'm always in trouble.
Why is that? Why are you always in trouble?
Because I need a lover.
Huh? All set?
Yeah.
All right. Put your cigarette out for me.
So I have to pack up my whole camp.
Well, no, not till tomorrow, but put out your cigarette right now.
My whole camp? This is a lot of work. Please, I can't get up my whole camp back. There's a lot of things I staked.
All right, let's put out a cigarette, please.
Man,
we'll have your last drag on it.
When the patrol car arrived, the officer immediately took out his handcuffs and placed her under arrest.
I never broke any laws.
Okay, we'll explain it all to you.
Yeah.
One with me. Let me tell you, we have a few
What about my dogs?
Yeah, we'll take care of those.
I'm not understanding why you guys are coming over here. I never did anything bad to you.
We tried to help you out. We tried to just tell you that they just
So
wanted
you're
you
a cunt.
We just tried to tell you.
So you're a cunt.
Okay, we're going over here.
So cunts are cunts.
Okay, that's fine.
I never fucking did anything wrong.
Okay, that's fine.
So people are cunts.
Okay.
Cunts are cunts.
Do you have anything?
How did I do anything wrong?
Hey, listen.
What the fuck did I do wrong?
Okay, sit back.
No, I'd like to know what did I do wrong.
That's fine.
Instead of choosing a safe place to stay, she chose jail instead by refusing to leave the premises. What a brilliant choice. The officer informed the owner that she would be able to retrieve her belongings the next day after sobering up and posting bail before being transferred to her new comfy bed in jail.
Fucking stealing from me and you locked me down to steal. You fucking locked me down to steal my money. Cunt. Why the fuck would you do that? I've never been dishonest to you. And you're dishonest to me? Fucking shit show. I hope you die. I hope you fucking die. God will fucking burn you down. You fucking steal from me again. I dare you. God will fucking burn you down. You fucking thief. You burn? You're fucking stealing from me? Fucking thief.
Is your name Lori?
You're a goddamn thief. You're a motherfucking thief. What the fuck are you stealing from me? I'd like to know why are you stealing from me. I'm more fucking... Why are you stealing? Why are you stealing?
What's your name?
Why are you stealing?
What is your name?
Why are you stealing?
Okay.
My name is...
Lori was charged with disorderly intoxication and trespassing and was ordered to pay fines.
Welcome to Speed Bodycam channel, where we share police bodycam footage. We are a dedicated team focused on creating educational and engaging content about law enforcement. Using AI and advanced technology combined with editing skill, we carefully craft our own authentic videos. Our editing team worked hard to highlight the emotional and real-life challenge officers face every day. Through impactful storytelling, we bring this story to life and share important lessons to raise awareness about the need to respect and comply with law enforcement. Please note that the content we present is not intended to promote or glorify violence, nor to condemn any individual or organization. We share this video for educational purposes, reporting and encouraging compliance with law and law enforcement in your area. Additionally, our bodycam footage is edited for brevity and to comply with YouTube's community guidelines, focusing on journalistic integrity while bringing both entertainment and meaningful lessons. We appreciate YouTube for providing a wonderful platform to reach viewers and share valuable content worldwide. Our audience support is a huge motivation for us to continue producing meaningful content every day, and it means so much to us. Thank you for being a part of the Speed Bodycam community.